Welcome back to the LFC Transfer Hub, your number one source for everything breaking at Anfield. Liverpool braced itself to take $200 million Mohamed Salah hit after FSG Goodwill move. Liverpool has been braced to take a hit on Mohamed Salah's exit for almost 3 years now, with the Egyptian set to bring the curtain down on his Anfield career. Salah will leave the Reds this summer, having made the bombshell announcement earlier this week. The winger has reached an agreement with Liverpool that will see the final year on his contract waived, having signed a 2-year extension only last year. The decision to allow Salah to leave for free has been met with mixed reactions from supporters, with some seeing it as an opportunity to save on Salah's huge wages, while others have hit out at the decision not to pursue a transfer fee. As The Athletic explains, though, Liverpool has long expected that whenever Salah left, it would be for nothing. In an article detailing some of the inside information on his departure, it's revealed that the club has held that expectation ever since it turned down a £150 million, $200 offer from Saudi Pro League side Al Ittihad in 2023. It's claimed that, given Salah's salary demands, it would be unlikely for any club interested in signing him to also be willing to pay a fee, especially considering he turns 34 in June. The decision to waive the final year of his contract is described as a goodwill gesture from FSG for what Salah has contributed over his 9 years at the club, with sources close to the process deeming it a common-sense outcome that suits all parties. Getting Salah off the books early also gives Liverpool clarity as it looks at how best to replace him this summer. The Egyptian is the Reds' highest earner, raking in a basic wage of around £400,000, $532,000 per week plus bonuses, and the prospect of him staying on as a squad player in the final year of his contract was always seen as being unrealistic. Sporting director Richard Hughes led the discussions with Salah's representative, with FSG signing off on the agreement. Talks began after Salah's output had decreased dramatically compared to last season, in which he led Liverpool to the Premier League title. The 33-year-old threw his future into major doubt after launching an extraordinary attack against the club and Arne Slot after being dropped for 3 games back in December. Although some bridges were repaired and Salah returned to the side after his involvement at the Africa Cup of Nations, his performances continued to be under par, and the prospect of him continuing with a reduced role next season was deemed unpalatable. Announcing his impending departure this week, Salah said, "I want to thank everyone who was part of this club during my time here, especially my teammates past and present. And to the fans, I don't have enough words. The support you showed me through the best time of my career is something I will never forget and something I will always take with me. Leaving is never easy. You gave me the best time of my life. I will always be one of you. This club will always be my home to me and my family. Thank you for everything. Because of all of you, I will never walk alone." Second news is Liverpool already has a Mohamed Salah replacement, but it creates another transfer problem. How do you replace Mohamed Salah? It's the multi-million-dollar question that will be facing FSG and Liverpool this summer after the Egyptians' surprise announcement this week. Not to put too fine a point on it, it is the club's biggest decision since naming Arne Slot as Jurgen Klopp's successor. Every man and their dog will likely give their opinion on who the best man for the job is. Just between club legend Steven Gerrard and ex-Manchester United star Owen Hargreaves earlier this week, 5 names were thrown into the hat, along with the simple criteria that whoever does replace Salah must be box office. Michael Olise, Bradley Barcola and Yann Diamond are just some of the names to have been linked, and no doubt more will be added to the long list as speculation ramps up over the next few months. But how likely is it that Liverpool will find a proper replacement? One that will fill the same role as Salah from the right wing, scoring 30 goals a season and adding nearly as many assists in the process. Let's face it, finding another player like that is a long shot, and in any case might Liverpool already have his replacement in the building. We've seen Jeremy Frimpong fill in for the Egyptian on a few occasions this season. In fact, during Salah's involvement at the Africa Cup of Nations, he was effectively the first choice in that role. "I always say to everyone that wherever I play the same," Frimpong said when asked about his favored position back in January. Of course, if I play right wing, I'm going to attack more. If I play right back, I'm going to defend more. Right wing back, you balance it. As long as I'm on the pitch, I'm going to give it my all and help my team. I trust my own abilities, I know what I can do. I love playing on the side. This is where I'm comfortable, this is where I can use my abilities, this is where the space is as well for me, this is what I like. In a lot of ways, making Frimpong the long-term successor to Salah would make sense. He already plays mostly as a winger for the Netherlands, and there's no doubt he would solve the lack of pace Liverpool has suffered from this season on the flanks. Add to that the fact he is something of halfway house between a right back and a right winger, it would make sense to play to his strengths, which probably lie more in his attacking rather than his defending. It might not be the solution fans are hoping for, but it would chime in with the direction this Liverpool team is being taken. Florian Wirtz was bought to be the new creative outlet for the Reds, while Alexander Isak was obviously brought in to be a goal machine, with help from Hugo Ekitike. Last summer's spending spree was the first sign that Liverpool was moving away from Salah being the main man, and so it has proved to be with his decision to move on this summer. With that in mind, Frimpong might already be seen as the man to step into the void. That would bring another major issue though. If Frimpong does move into that more advanced position, that leaves Liverpool needing another right back. Even if Joe Gomez stays, it would feel like an almighty risk leaving him and Connor Bradley as the only options there. Given their respective injury records, you wouldn't bet against Frimpong having to move back fairly quickly or even Dominic Szoboszlai having to fill in even more. Liverpool can't be going into another season with probably its most influential player at the moment shifted away from his best position, nor can it ignore replacing Salah. Regardless of how they replace their Egyptian king, the Reds have no option but to strengthen down the right-hand side one way or another this summer. Third news is Mohamed Salah receives offer for one last dance with former Liverpool teammate. Mohamed Salah won't be short of offers this summer as he plans his next steps after leaving Liverpool. The Egyptian will bring his 9-year spell at Anfield to an end at the conclusion of the season, having made a surprise announcement on Tuesday confirming his decision. Having reached an agreement with Liverpool, Salah will depart on a free transfer, having had the final year of his contract waived. That will no doubt attract plenty of clubs who might not have been in the running had he been up for sale. Saudi Arabia is considered his most likely next destination among many, but the possibility of him staying in Europe has also been touted. A return to Italy has been suggested in some corners, with Salah having previously played at Fiorentina and Roma before joining Liverpool in 2017. A move to Spain could also be on offer, at least, if Salah's former teammate Adrian has any say in the matter. The goalkeeper, who spent 5 years with the Reds and acted as backup to Alisson Becker, now plies his trade with Real Betis, having rejoined the club in 2024 after making his way through the academy as a youngster. Betis posted a picture on Wednesday of Adrian handing Salah a replica shirt from the Spanish club with his name on it after the pair were reunited during a pre-season tour of the United States in 2024. The post also came with the caption, "One last dance, Mo," along with a winking emoji and a green love heart symbolizing Betis' club colors. No indication has been given yet as to where Salah could end up next, with the winger's agent sending a spiky message shortly after his client's announcement warning against speculating about his future. Salah will have options open to him though, with the Saudi Pro League potentially leading the charge for his signature. A move to the Middle East has been touted for the past few years now after Al Ittihad tried and failed with a $187 million, £150 offer back in 2023, with plenty of other Saudi clubs being linked with his services, including Cristiano Ronaldo's Al Nassr.